free to shout them out in the chat. All right. Now, I did see a message, so you don't gotta type each and every time, just whenever somebody's doing really well. All right. So, real quick, I want to go over our quiz from last week. Okay. So, this has been uploaded on your grade book. And so, if you would like to see the grade that you got, go ahead and make sure that you get your valid report signed, and you'll be able to know exactly what grade you got on your CFU quiz. All right. So, here's how we did. Our average on multiple choice questions was about a 54. All right. Which isn't bad, but we can always do better. All right. But where we had questions that had like race responses or open-ended responses, we had a 31%. So we really struggled on race responses. All right. Now I want to zoom into a particular question. You're going to see this question come up. My girl Amir on it. You're going to see this question. You saw this question come up. All right. And you're going to see it again. So in question number 3, we like 80% of us got the multiple choice part correct. But only 19% of us got the race response correct. What do you think we should do as good learners, as good scientists, if we only got 19% of people that got this the race response question correct? What you think we should do? What you think we should do in order to become better? Hey, Dakota, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and always participating. Norman, what you think we should do if we only got 90%? That's like failing. What you think we should do with race responses? If Norman isn't ready, let's go with Kalani.
What we should do is we should take more notes.
Take more notes. I also saw Graylin say we should type more. Yes, right? And so we're gonna, like, at the end of the day, what we're saying is that we're gonna get a chance to practice. Okay? And so type in the chat if you remember this question from our CFU last time. Just type in the chat like, yeah, I remember this question. I don't really remember. Okay, so we get a lot of yeses and you remember. Awesome. We're going to get a chance to tackle this question together. All right. But first, I want to refresh us on race. All right. So you might have seen race in English. I know. It looks a little bit different in science, and we're going to talk about that. All right. So real quick, what does the R and the A stand for in race? What does the R and the A stand for in race? Can I just have somebody read right off the screen? Go ahead, Joel. What does the R and the A stand for in race? Joel Shaw.
Yeah.
What does the R and the A stand for in race? It's right in the blue. You only gotta guess. You can just read this part right here.
Restate the question
And
answer.
Awesome. And then Layla, what does the C and the E stand for? Can you go ahead and tell us?
Cite evidence and explain.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a chance to cite our evidence and explain our answer. All right. And so now let's go ahead and go into our class kick, and we're gonna just do this work together. All right. So everybody move on to slide number 2. You might have already gotten there, and that's okay. All right. But if you move on to slide number 2, we're going to get an opportunity to do this together. Let me reshare my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, great. All right. And so now you should be seeing my screen. Hey, Kalani, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Perfect. Thanks for coming. All right. And so right now, I should see everybody on slide number 2. I see Dakota there. I see Amira there. She already ahead of me. Cecil's there. Deshaun is there. Graylin, Haley Franks, Lay, Newkirk, and Sincere. Awesome job. All right, great. So let's get started with Newkirk. All right. So Newkirk, she already ahead of the game, and that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and have Newkirk read the question for us, all right, and tell us what she picked as an answer and how she knows. So, Newkirk, go ahead and read the question for us. It's on the screen too. So I got you, girl. Yeah. So it says a scientist has 2 cups. I'm sorry, what? It's too small. Mm. Let me see what I can do. I can't make it any bigger right now, and that's okay. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and read it. Thank you, Newberg. A scientist has 2 cups of 500 milliliters of water. She can dissolve 50 grams of a substance. She can dissolve 50 grams of substance A in her first cup until it is saturated. She can dissolve 150 grams of substance B in her second cup until it is saturated. The question asks us, which substance is more soluble in water? So everybody pretty much had the correct answer. So go ahead and pick the correct answer, either A, B, or C. I ask that you please use the mouse tool, because highlighting over it, I'm not gonna know that you picked the correct answer unless I go in and check. So just go ahead and click on the correct answer, either A, B, or C. Okay, good. I'm seeing a lot of B's. All right. Thanks, Joel, for fixing that. Appreciate you. All right, Norman with the B. Good. Thank you, Sincere. Awesome. Deshaun, can you unmute? You picked B. Can you tell us why? Deshaun, you picked B. Go ahead and talk to us. Why did you pick B? You gotta, you probably have to speak up into the camera. We can't hear you, big homie.
I picked B.
Okay, why'd you pick B?
I picked B because, well, said what the question asked which one was more soluble in water, and when you look back at the top, when you read, it says a scientist has 2 cups of 500 millimeters of water. She could dissolve 50 grams of substance A into her first cup, and until it is saturated, she could dissolve 150 grams of substance B in her second cup until it is saturated. So,
Great. So I'm gonna just write here for our evidence for B. We said takes more grams to be saturated, right? So for substance A, what can we write as our evidence to why we wouldn't pick the answer? What could I write here for why it's not A? Does it take more or less grams?
it takes less grams.
Yep, it takes less grams to be saturated. All right, so we got our evidence, and then we just know it can't be B because C, because it says both substances are the same. So C just don't even count. So we have our evidence for why an answer choice is correct, and why we pick this multiple choice answer, and why we think the other multiple choice answer just does not make sense. So every time we do that, as a good scientist, or just in any class in general, you want to have evidence or reason why you're picking this answer choice. All right. A lot of us is yes, and that's okay, but you really want to become better. And one of the ways you can become better is by providing evidence to why you pick it and why you decide the other one is incorrect. So now we got our multiple choice. So now let's go ahead and get started with our race. So Deshaun, do you mind if we all learn from you today? I'm going to just work on your page. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. So everybody's gonna watch as I think in my mind how I'm gonna best answer this question. So I have my checklist over here, right? It has RACE. I need to make sure I restate the question, I answer the question, cite my evidence, and explain my answer. So first I'm going to think to myself, what is your evidence to support your answer above? So now I know the first thing I need to do is restate the question. So I'm going to say, what could I actually, I'm going to say this. Y'all going to help me with the next one. I'm going to say the evidence to support my answer above is. So now let me go to my checklist. Let me make sure I got it. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Did I restate my question? I mean, not in the chat, but just in the camera. Did I restate my question? Looking for a thumbs up, scrolling through people's. Boom. Sincere said I restated. Kalani gave me a head nod and a thumbs up. Dakota, what you think? I restated. I did all right? All right, y'all getting a chance to grade me now. Y'all seeing if I'm okay. If I'm on the right track. All right, I'm getting a thumbs up. Good. I'm good to go. So now I need to go ahead and get my A, which is my answer. One of the reasons why it helps you to have evidence for why you pick an answer choice is because usually that can be your answer. So now I'm going to have my answer. The evidence to support my answer above is substance B. Wow. Look at that. Oh. Substance B, because it takes more grams to be saturated. Let me also take it a step further and color code it, because I be trying the color code. I'm gonna make this also blue, and I'm gonna make this also blue. Great. Did I restate my question, and did I answer and did I provide an answer? Tell me in the chat. This y'all chance to grade me. This y'all chance to let me know. Like, all right, Mr. Banger, you could be my teacher because you be having the right answer. All right, cool. Y'all saying I'm good to go, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay, great. So now I have my R and my A. Now I need to cite evidence and explain my answer. Now I'm thinking to myself, what do I know about, like, this is talking to me about solubility. So it's making me think, oh, I know Mr. Bangurah said if something is more soluble, that means more of it can dissolve. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So now here's the part, because I have to kind of explain and give evidence at the same time. So I'm gonna try to see how to work that in. So I'm gonna say, I know this is correct because. All right, because now I got to prove, like, now I know what I'm talking about. So I know this is correct because I know that substance B can dissolve more grams than substance A. So substance B is more soluble. Now, let's say you probably didn't know, or you wasn't thinking about the word soluble, but if you had, I know that substance B can dissolve more grams than substance A, you would get all the points. All right. So now let me go through my checklist real quick. I just want to make sure that I did what I was supposed to do. So did I have you said I had a restate. So I'm going to give myself a yes. I'm going to make it blue. All right. Did I answer my question? Y'all also said yes. So I'm going to make it blue.